Hello and welcome to the Open SAP course, Building Apps with the ABAP RESTful Application Programming Model, Week 3, Unit 5, Enhancing the BO Behavior with App-Specific Logic. My name is Volker Drees and I'm a product expert for the ABAP RESTful Application Programming Model. In the previous unit you learned how to use the entity manipulation language to interact with the transactional buffer of your travel business object. Now we will enhance the behavior of our business object by defining determinations, validations and actions. We will also add static and dynamic feature control. In a subsequent unit we will perform the implementation of the corresponding business logic. The area we will work on in this unit is highlighted in the development flow, the behavior definition and the behavior projection. The resulting base behavior definition will contain static feature control, dynamic feature control, actions, determinations and validations. Now let's go into the system and enhance our behavior definitions. Open the base behavior definition of your business object. We want to separate the behavior implementation into one ABAP class per entity. For this, we move the implementation and class statement from the header section to the travel entity and duplicate it for the booking entity. Add static field control by setting the fields travel ID, total price and travel status to read-only. Perform the same for the administrative fields. Set the fields agency ID and custom ID to mandatory. This will show the little red star symbol in the Fiori Elements UI. Please note that this still requires to implement the corresponding validation. For approving and rejecting travels, we define two actions with dynamic feature control. Both return $self with cardinality 1 as a result. $self means that the instance of the same type is returned on which the operation is performed. For the recalculation of the total price, we define an internal action recalc total price. The set initial status determination is used to default the status to n whenever a new instance is created. It uses the create trigger on modify. The calculate total price determination is used to update the total price whenever the booking fee or currency code is changed. The calculate travel ID is used to determine the travel ID when a new instance is created. It is executed on save. Please note that the calculation of the travel ID is only used for demonstration purposes. The primary key of the travel business object is still the travel UUID. We define three validations to validate the input of the fields agency ID, customer ID, begin date and end date. They are all triggered on save. For the booking entity, we specify the static feature control for the booking ID in addition to the travel UUID. Furthermore, we also define the administrative fields created by, last changed by, and local last changed by as read-only. For determining the booking ID, we add the calculate booking ID determination. For updating the total price, we add the calculate total price that is triggered whenever the flight price or currency code is changed. Save and activate the behavior definition. We will address the warnings in the next unit when we perform the behavior implementation. Open the projection behavior definition of your business object. Project the two new actions by adding the corresponding use statements. Save and activate the behavior definition. Open the metadata extension of the travel entity. Scroll down to the element Travel Status. Replace the existing line item and identification annotation with the following lines. This is to add the newly defined actions accept travel and reject travel to the Fiori Elements UI. Save and activate the metadata extension. That was it for the system demo. We are now at the end of this unit. Let me do a short recap. In this unit, you have learned about how to enhance the business object behavior definition and how to project the relevant enhancements in the behavior projection. Further information for this unit is available in the appendix of this presentation. Thanks for listening and see you in the next unit where we will implement the business logic for the enhancements that we've just defined.